Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now those of you on Instagram and Facebook will have already seen the Z3 is back at home. You can see it's sat on the driveway alongside the Duke, the XC60 and undercovers the Volvo 480. But I'd like to get the Z3 ready. Now you'll also notice that the side sills are off because of course those we are replacing, so there's quite a few jobs to do. The first one is to clean up some of the muck off it because it's been sat for so long. It's been in quite a state. Let me go and show you what I mean. You will see, it probably won't come out very easily on the camera, but it is dirty, it is grimy. You can see there's green all over the place. The soft top roof is green and dirty. So the first thing that we have to do is give it a bit of a pressure wash. Now actually inside, I did start this yesterday because the inside was mouldy and not in a great state, and it's actually come up quite well. I've used a mould remover to clean the seats up. Luckily the seats are in pretty decent condition actually, so I'm quite pleased with that. You can actually see, yeah, there's still bits that I need to sort mould wise and clean the interior, but I'll tell you what, it's an awful lot better than it was. So we're going to get the exterior cleaned up first, and then we've got the mechanical things to take care of. You'll see the side sills are off. We actually have those. They're in the garage. They've already been painted up. My dad painted those up in preparation. That's the side repeater that I've just covered over so that when I do start pressure washing that it's not going to cause too much damage. But you can see it just needs a good clean. So I'm going to give it a bit of a clean down. Probably use a bit of snow foam to give it a really good bath. Get some of this grime off before we start to look at the mechanicals, because I don't want to get covered working on it. And then we're going to take a look underneath, because underneath we've got quite a few jobs to do. We've got suspension, we've got the exhaust. Also want to check for rust spots and try to clean up the underneath as much as we can, because engine wise we're running not bad at all actually. Starting up was fine, didn't really have any issues. The only thing I did notice bringing it here is it did seem to be down on power. Now I'm not sure if that's just because it hasn't been running for a while. It's obviously got old petrol in it. I say old, about 6 months old petrol in it. It could probably do with a service, so it could do with new spark plugs, that kind of thing. So I think a few things like that should get rid of the slightly poor running. I mean, it's not misfiring or anything like that, and it did start up pretty much instantaneous when I put a new battery in. But I think a few little things like that are going to help us out. I'm going to get it cleaned up first. Well, as with most of my plans, I hadn't quite planned this out properly. I've ran out of snow foam for the pressure washer, so that's as far as it's getting cleaned for now. You can hear it running away in the background though. It started up straight away. I'm just letting it warm up a little bit just to get a bit of the water out of the engine bay and just to make sure that it's running okay, and it does sound pretty decent. That's it idling away. Now obviously I do want to change the exhaust. That's one of the reasons why I have bought a new exhaust catalytic converter for it, because it is noisy and I don't like the noise of the exhaust. It's a little bit too extreme, and I haven't quite got the hang of it. So we are going to be doing the exhaust. I think that's probably going to be one of the early jobs on it. Now the interior, I was saying that I've cleaned it out. I do have more cleaning materials that I'm going to use on the inside, because I do want to get all of it nice and clean and make sure there's no mold going to start reappearing. You can see there are still bits around, and actually when I was pressure washing it, what I found is we did get some spots appearing, and it's actually from the seals around. The soft top itself seemed fine, because I know that probably lots of you were shouting and screaming when I was pressure washing the soft top, because I know you're not supposed to do that at close distance, but it needed a good clean, and it is actually staying pretty solid, which is quite good. So it's around the seals, the door seals, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how easy they are to replace on the Z3s actually. That might be something to look into and to figure out. But for now I'm going to let it idle for a bit, let it get up to temperature, let it look happy, and then I think later on today it's onto one of the first jobs. We'll figure out what job that's going to be. What we need to do is we need to bring the new side sills in and fit them onto the Z3. Let's take a look and see what we need to do then. You remember the old ones are removed and they're bolted in. Actually that's the kick panel that goes along there. Did also have to take this off because it does need to come back, because we've got a bolt hiding behind there, and then we've got a series of bolts along the bottom. I'm going to go, I think what we're going to do though is wire wheel this up, clean it up, protect it a bit first. Let's have a look, see if there's any other bits. The rest's not bad actually. I've got a little bit at the front. I think a bit of wire wheeling on there, a bit of under seal, or just a protective covering on there to stop any rust would be a good idea before we do anything more. Running the wire wheel, trying to get through, you can see a little bit of metal work there, not too bad. It's actually not that bad. I've also, down the bottom end here, shined up some of this. Inside it's okay, and just cleaned off some of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to get the rust converter, paint the rust converter on now that there's no flaky edges, because although you can see bits, they're not coming off now. Oh, okay, that bit's come off. So I'll get the wire wheel again, then I'll get the rust converter on it, get it painted with the rust converter, and then I can get a base sort of under seal on it, and that should protect it. It's in pretty good condition, so I'm not too worried about that actually. I'm going to get the rust converter on it. Using this stuff, the Genelite rust converter, and pour it into a little tub, because you don't want to use it straight out the bottle. You don't want to contaminate what's left in there. So we're going to put some of that on there. And it's just a matter of painting it on nice and thick so it can do its job. And again, like most of this isn't necessarily the right way of doing it. Oops, I put a bit too much on there, but it's the way that I'm doing it. And like I say, it's not in a horrendous state actually, because it was the outer that was in a bad state. This isn't bad at all. So I'm just going to make sure I get all of these rust bits painted. Leave this to do its job for a few hours, and then under seal it or at least undercoat it, so then it's got a covering which should give it a fair bit of extra protection. At least get a few more years life out of it anyway. You can see that's kind of what I'm after. So I'm going to do that and then do that at the front, and I think we'll let that set. Another trick I've been told, which is to help mould and mildew, is this combination: bicarb of soda and vinegar. Now you don't use them together. We'll put the vinegar to one side for now. It's the bicarb of soda that we want. We want the mats out. What we're going to do, oh, a coin, is we're going to sprinkle the bicarb of soda. Now it's especially useful if you've got cloth seats. Obviously mine are leather, so we don't need them as much, but sprinkling this will help absorb moisture and help to get rid of the mould and the mildew. So I'm going to sprinkle this right across both of the footwells and then use the vacuum to vacuum it back out again. Hopefully that'll absorb a bit in, and then what we do is we use a mixture of vinegar and water solution to then rub over everything, which should then clean the last bits out. Now I don't know whether this will work or not, but I think it's worth a go. For a few pennies, let's give it a try. Let's get the bicarb of soda sprinkled in. No idea if this works or not, how much to use, how little to use, all that kind of thing. So do let me know in the comments what you think. This is a load of nonsense. Let me know in the comments, but like I say, for the sake of a few pennies, it's worth doing. I think the idea is that it'll absorb moisture, and that's the aim of the game. Actually, I can see it absorbing some, so this might not be as stupid as you think. Makes a right old mess. I hope the hoover's going to be able to cope with all this. There we go, that's one packet gone. I reckon we'll leave that for a little bit, then we'll get the hoover out. There we go, using the under seal. I've gone over the bits that are rust converted. You can see it's not the smoothest at all. It's a rough job, but it's going to help protect it. See this side I've only just done. I've put it on quite thick again, not really doing it too carefully, because remember, these are going to get covered by the outer sills. So this is more a protection than anything. Now I've got that done, let those set, and then we can get the outer sills ready. I think there's a couple of old bolts that I may need to drill, or some of the fastenings to redo, but what I'll do is bring them over, hold them in place, and then work out how to fasten them on again. And that's where we're going to leave it for this video right now. We've got the sills all prepared on the Z3, primed up, ready to go, and then I'm going to fit the sills, because there's going to be a little bit of drilling, a bit of refitting to get those sorted for next time. But we've got a few of the jobs out of the way, a few more things that are coming up over the next few weeks, getting the Z3 back on the road so that we can get it out to the track and start to enjoy it a little bit. So join me in the next video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already down the bottom. I'll see you in the next video.